Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna do a book review on, if you saw the title, The Scarlett Letter. This book, I'm gonna tell you, it was a bumpy ride getting through this book, but we'll get into that. But before that, please like this video and subscribe down below. Hit that little notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new bookish video. So let's jump right into this. Okay, so like I said, this was a bumpy ride. I believe I kept saying that I was going to read this book and I never got around to it, and I was kind of forced now for my American novel class to read this book. And I read it. The story in itself, like if you got to like the bare bones of all of it, it was good. But like the writing, it was hard to get through all of that. Like the prose, I think that's what it's called. Like it was very, very wordy, and it's not long. It's not long at all, and yet it took me forever, or it felt forever to get through it. But the story was good. So that's what I will say about the story, unless there's something else. The pace, I mean, I felt like there was a lot of things that could have been taken out, or maybe he did take a lot of things out in the original story before he edited it. I don't know. Like, okay, this is a classic. It is, you know, like hold up to like the highest levels, right? And I'm here just like, why? I understand. Okay, not why, but like the writing is what really killed it for me. The characters were great. They were really good. The story in itself was great, but just the writing, that's just like, ooh, that's what got me. Okay, well, let's jump into the characters, because if I keep talking about that, I'm gonna annoy myself. So let's get into the characters. So the main character, if you don't know, is Hester. She is a woman who apparently committed adultery and got pregnant, and the book starts off with her getting out of prison. This was, okay, I figure people will know, this was written like the 1800s, 1850, I believe. So, you know, it was very different back then. So she got out of prison, she had a baby, and she had to be like put in like public shame. That's, oh my gosh, just reading it, you just get upset. But that's bad. And then she had to wear like an A on her chest saying, I guess A for adulteress. I read Scarlett Letter. There we go. And wow, she portrayed herself with dignity, with grace. She was amazing throughout the whole book. She raised her child by herself. She did not, which I don't know if I agree with her or not, but she did not say who she slept with. She fell in love with that man, obviously. When you read to the end, she fell in love with him. And, well, at least that's what I believe. I think she fell in love with him. And ergo, she didn't want to ruin his career and anything. But honestly, the dude sucks. He sucks for not getting up with her. So I was upset with that. But her herself, she was a great character. She never covered up the letter. She never tried to take it off. She, you know, not embraced, I wouldn't say that word. She didn't really embrace it. She knows, in the character, she knows what she did was wrong, so she accepts that, and that's what I was okay with and happy with. To me, that should have been enough. She should have asked for forgiveness. That's fine. And plus her husband was presumed dead, so why does it matter so much? I never understood that. Like, why was it made such a big deal in the book, or like the people made a big deal? So yeah, but besides that, Hester was great. Now there's her little daughter named Pearl, and she is, they say she's beautiful beyond all reason. She's very adorable, but she has like, her personality is a little what we call heavy, and like not a lot of people like her. Obviously her mom loves her and she fights for her a lot, but the little girl is very different, I guess would it be. And I like her because she speaks her mind. She doesn't care. Whenever someone was trying to be mean to her and her mom, she would yell at them. So overall, I really liked Pearl. I thought she was great. Oh yeah, my favorite part about Pearl, like my favorite thing about her, what she did was like, her mom was talking to the guy that she slept with and was now the father of Pearl, and they were gonna run away together, and she was introducing Pearl to him, and Pearl did not want anything to do with him. Like, why isn't he doing this in public? And this little 7-year-old girl, which is weird that she understood so much, but it's amazing what 7-year-olds know. But yes, she wouldn't like receive any affection from him, and she would not show any affection, receive or show, until in the end of the book, where he finally says, like, I'm the one, I'm her father, I'm, it was me, pretty much. And that is when she finally kissed him, and the guy died at the end of that, right? But she ended up kissing him on the, I believe it was the cheek or the lips, I don't remember, and pretty much saying, now I will show you my affection. And poor little thing, poor little Pearl, but she was my favorite character. The clergyman or the minister, the one that Hester fell in love with. I did not like his character at all. He was reverend as like a holy, perfect person, and he had this very deep sin that he would not confess. So that he did suffer a lot for that reason. But he was like, the lack of courage is what bugged me, I think, to not be able to go up there and say it was me, and just let Hester there all by herself. That annoyed me, pissed me off. It was annoying. So the heater turned on. We're gonna have to wait till it's over, till it turns off. Okay, heater turned off, yay. Okay, so I believe I ended with saying that he did not have the courage to say what he had done. And I understand it's very hard, but in books you need to be, like, characters need to have courage, but that was the whole point also in the book. So his lack of courage, and because he does die in the end and he finally does confess, like his final act is confessing, I'll give him that. Like, I'll give him that, okay, he finally did do it, and he stood up there with Hester and Pearl. So it's very sad, but yeah, it was good. That part was good. I'm glad he finally did do it. But gosh, he was pissing me off during the whole thing, and it was just a big question of who it was. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? And I had like an inkling in the beginning. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's that dude, because that's very annoying too, because in the beginning when she's up there being shamed and watched by everyone, they kept asking her who the man that did who you did this with should be with you, and I agree. So where is he? Who is it? And she would not give him up. And the one that they told that should be like reprimanding her was the minister, and he did, and it was him the whole time. So annoying. So I hate him. I don't like him. Never mind, I get back. I don't like him. But my point, eventually he does confess, so I guess, yeah. No, okay. The last person, there's like 4 main characters, and the last person is Roger Chillingworth, that's the last name, who was the late husband of Miss Hester, the one that was presumed dead, who showed up the day that she was being shamed in front of everybody. He showed up and he changed his name and did not say who he was. All he wanted, his goal in life, was to hurt or punish the man who did this to Hester. He's a very, very evil character. Like, he is creepy, he is crazy, and I'm glad at the end he did not get the satisfaction, because he did confess. The clergyman did confess. But he was, I'm glad he wasn't completely cruel to Hester. Like, he didn't want to hurt her. Like, he accepted that she never fell in love with him, and he pretty much forced her to marry him. So he pretty much left Hester and Pearl alone, but he was after the man that did this to her. And he found out somehow, in some very smart way, I will say. You have to read the book for that, but he did find out. And I just hate him. At the end, when eventually the clergyman died and he confessed, that man just, Roger's name is, he ended up dying a year later because he didn't have anything left. He felt like this was my purpose in life and I didn't even get the satisfaction of it, so he ended up dying, which is sad, but I mean, he's an evil character. Like, I remember I wrote a paper, and I believe I wrote, you know, I was happy that some of them died. Like, they deserved it. Mr. Roger definitely deserved it. Let me know what you think, but definitely he deserved it. Okay, my reaction to the book. I feel like this whole thing is my reaction already, but specifically, I didn't like the writing. I did not like it, but the story in itself is good. Like, I also like the new movie that came out with that. Well, it's not new. It's pretty old, with Emma Stone. It's like, I don't remember what the name is, but it's like based on this book, and her character in the story is based on Hester. So overall, I thought it's a good movie. I don't remember the name. If you remember, let me know. I can't remember. But I do like the characters. I think each one is very human, because Hester in herself, yeah, she has a lot in her as well. She closes herself up. She is not able to be who she is. Pearl is eccentric and kind of crazy, and I'm glad she has a happy ending. And those two other men, they suck and deserved what they got. But I did enjoy all the characters pretty much being with each other. Favorite character, Pearl. I think just her honesty, and I love kids, but she in herself is such an interesting kid, and I love that she stands up for her mom, and that doesn't take crap from anybody, no matter how important they are. I love her. I think she's so cute. So definitely my favorite character in the whole book. Okay, so let me know if you have read this book. You were probably forced to read it in high school, so if you read it in high school, let me know, and what your thoughts on. And yeah, how did you get through it? Because wow, this book, I did not like the writing at all. But there's this one little thing with that Nathaniel Hawthorne. I read a little bit about him, and after he finished writing the Scarlett Letter, he wrote to his friend, and he told his friend that I told my wife the ending, and she cried, and I had a headache and had to go to bed. And that, my friend, is the greatest success. At least to myself, it is successful. That is what he wanted, and I thought that was funny, because that's exactly how a writer is. At least that's how I believe they are. That's probably how I am. When you finish like this horrible tragic ending and you like nailed it, and you realize that you nailed it, you're like, yes, I got it, I did it. And I wanted to make someone cry, apparently. So that's how he thought. So I thought that was great. But okay, thank you for watching. If you're still at this point, thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.